Hi guys, Alberto here, you're watching the Bedroom Rocker YouTube channel, and today we are checking out the Ibanez Tube Screamer Mini. As usual, I'm gonna start with a short introduction into the pedal, then I'm gonna show you some more sound samples, and finally we move on to the review part. So let's get into it. The Tube Screamer is one of the most iconic and ubiquitous pedals ever created. It was originally designed and produced by a company called Maxon, and they sold it under the Ibanez brand. Nowadays, Maxon sells their own Tube Screamer with their own branding. Ibanez has 3 or 4 different versions of them, and basically every single pedal manufacturer in the world has made their own take or their own copy of the Tube Screamer. So from Chinese cheap-made stuff all the way from boutique handwire manufacturers, they all have made their own take on the Tube Screamer. The Tube Screamer is a light overdrive with narrow ranges of gain and level control. It has a very characteristic mid-humped EQ, so it cuts a lot of bass and treble and boosts the mids. Because of that, they work great into clean, mid-scooped amps like Fender Blackface amps, and also to push an already overdriven amp over the edge, or also into a full frequency overdrive or distortion pedal. A few years ago, Dan and Mick from That Pedal Show made a Tube Screamer shootout, and I thought the TS Mini came very close to the Holy Grail TS-808. They actually used the TS Mini quite a lot on their show as well. To be honest, all of them sound very similar to me, and the TS Mini is the smallest and the cheapest Tube Screamer that Ibanez make, and that's why I decided to get it. Let's hear some more sound samples now. Today I'm playing the D'Angelico Deluxe Bedford loaded with 2 Seymour Duncan P90 pickups into the Victory V40. I'm loading down the amp using the 2-notes torpedo capture and then using the simulation of a Sir Hedgehog cabinet loaded with 2 Celestion G12 65 speakers. So what do you think about the sounds? Make sure to write in the comment section below. First of all, I have to say that I really hate this pedal for playing rhythm guitar or open chords or basically any part that needs to fill a lot of space in a band mix. And this is basically because it makes the guitar sound kind of thin, and also because you can kind of hear the clean guitar sound blended with the overdrive, and I found that very off-putting. On the other hand, it does wonders for a lead sound. It works great for the blues stuff, and Stevie Ray Vaughan is one of the most famous tube screamer users of all the time. And he also is a great pedal for stacking. So if you have a crunchy tone, getting a dirt from your amplifier or from another dirt pedal, you can use the tube screamer to push them over the edge, and it does that extremely well because it's gonna cut the bass frequencies that tend to get mushy, and it cuts the treble frequencies which tend to get harsh. So it's a great pedal for boosting already overdriven amps or pedals. And finally, I know also many metal guys like to use tube screamer into a heavily saturated tube amp, exactly because it helps to keep their playing very tight and helps to tighten up that bottom end. The TS Mini goes for 74 euros here in Germany, so it's really a steal compared to the TS9 or the TS808. The smaller enclosure means that you cannot fit a battery inside, so you gotta use a power supply, but you get a true bypass, which is not available with the other ones. And yes, for sure there are cheaper alternatives available from less reputable brands, but this guy is very solidly built. He's manufactured in Japan with a solid case, and all the knobs and the switch feel very robust. My only complaint is that the volume and the tone knobs are tiny, and they should have painted a white pointer so that you know where you're setting the knobs without having to really get close to the pedal to see what's going on. That was it for today. I hope the review was helpful. If that's the case, make sure to give it a big like. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure to watch my overdrive shootout video and also consider subscribing to the channel. If you want to support what I'm doing here, make sure to check the video description below for my Patreon link and also for my affiliate links. If you use them to buy anything, I earn a small commission that really helps me to get more products for making reviews like this one at no additional cost for you. Thanks for watching, keep on rocking, and cheers!